Answer, because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be. The world awaits to receive you.
Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. And y'all gonna have to bear with me tonight. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. I am getting my voice together, okay? I wasn't even ready. The producers started the show without me being even ready, but we're here for it. Excuse me on this Sunday. I'll probably get off the screen real quick. All right. I'm gonna need y'all to give me about 5 more minutes to get myself together. Until then, let's play one more round.
Answer, because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be. The world awaits to receive you.
All right. Now, y'all gonna have to bear with me tonight. Y'all gonna accept me for who I am. My voice is a little bit under the weather tonight. I'm feeling well, but we just gonna leave it like that, okay? I'm gonna be drinking some tea. I've been working hard. But tonight we have a great lineup for you guys. Tonight we're going to be talking about a lot of subjects, okay? So we're going to get the party started. And today we're going to actually start talking about what's going on with Trump. Because Trump has a whole lot to say. And today Trump is rattling things up by talking about Miss Beautiful Riri. All right, so we're going to get to this article. Please bear with me. Tonight. As the broadcast go on, my voice is going to clear up. Okay? But before we get into that, let's start the broadcast with our actual lineup. So our first lineup that we have today, because I'm going to do it in order, because our topic is Trump versus Rihanna. We also have an alleged arrest of a teenager for stating that it was 2 genders only, as well as a major update with the Emmett Till family. They are pursuing a lawsuit, okay? But before we get there, we're going to start with an update from Lawyers for Workers, okay? Now, before we get into the gossip, we got to talk about some serious things that's going on. I think everyone in the United States should pay attention to what's going on. There has been a lot of air traffic and a lot of mainstream news articles actually talking about all of these type of air balloons and things being taken down. Now, I knew about 1 or 2, but I didn't know it was a sequence of about 5, according to Lawyer for Workers, as well as I have another update for today because allegedly there was another balloon shot down. So I want to make sure that I have it. before we get too much into the broadcast, hold on 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I want to make sure that I have the actual have it up. Okay, here we go. All right, let's mute that. And I just want to make sure that we have it up and ready to go. It was another update a couple of hours ago, so I wanted to make sure that I had it up there for you guys. I do apologize for the delay. I was caught off guard a little bit. My producers actually started without me being ready. My hair all fuzzy, all types of stuff going on. But I said, whatever. Y'all gonna love me for who I am. And we're gonna get these updates to you. So right now we're gonna start with an update from Lawyers for Workers. And he's talking about all of these numerous aircraft that has been shot down in our airway space. This is something very important that I think we should pay attention to. Okay.
Situation unfolding in the United States of America. We had the balloon. Friday, there was another object shot down in Alaska, then a second object shot down. And now, then there were the green lasers over Hawaii, and now over Montana and Portland, jet scrambled for another radar anomaly. That's like 5 incidents in a 24 to 36 hour span. Alarming.
So I just want you guys to be paying attention, because I know we got a lot of YouTube things going on and things that you may think is very important, but I really, really believe that if America suffers an Allen attack, a lot of Americans won't be ready. So I want to get into the actual another update that I kind of got wind of a few hours ago. And this is military shoots down high altitude object. This is another one. Okay. So let's get to watching. I couldn't even digest my food or anything. They said go.
Breaking news. U.S. officials confirming that another high-altitude object was shot out of the sky this afternoon, this time over Lake Huron. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mike Duffy.
And I'm Amira David. According to one official, the object was shot down by a U.S. military aircraft. It comes just one day after another unidentified object was shot down over the Yukon in Canada.
Now, U.S. and Canadian authorities temporarily restricting airspace over Lake Huron and Lake Michigan today as planes were scrambled to intercept and try to identify it. 7 Action News reporter Sarah Grimmer joins us live after speaking with a retired lieutenant general with the United States Air Force about what the presence of this object might mean. Sarah?
Yeah, Mike, Amira, General Newton told me that it is way too soon to know exactly what this object was. But what we do know is that it is extraordinarily uncommon to have an object like this shot down over the United States. Alyssa Slotkin, she was the first one to tweet this afternoon. At 3:15, she said she got the call from the Department of Defense saying the military has an extremely close eye on the object above Lake Huron. Just before 4, she tweeted once again that the object had been downed by pilots from the U.S. Air Force and the National Guard, and that, quote, we're all interested into exactly what this object was and its purpose. U.S. officials have confirmed that the object was the same one spotted over Montana on Saturday, and that it moved over to Wisconsin, then here in Michigan today. President Biden was the one who directed the military to shoot the object down. His administration has released that it presented as an octagonal structure with strings hanging off. They also stated that they have no indication that the object has surveillance capabilities, but that cannot be ruled out. The administration says when the object was shot down, it was not a threat to anything on the ground, and that they're now working to recover it to learn more. The presence of this flying object in Michigan today marks the 4th time in just over a week that the U.S. military has taken down objects in North American airspace.
But these surveillance and spy balloons are, I think they're significant threats because they're gathering signals intelligence. And by signals intelligence, it's intelligence gathered by electronic means. So that in and of itself is something that needs to be reckoned with. And I believe that we've effectively done that again today.
Now, General Newton also told me that this may seem scary, but there's really nothing to be scared about, especially now that the object has been taken down. Also, it will most likely take a good amount of time for officials to figure out what this object was and its purpose. Reporting live tonight, Sarah Grimmer for 7 Action News.
I've been talking and y'all didn't hear me. We're going to start our commentary over. You see this balloon right here? We're going to talk all allegedly. Allegedly, to me, this looks like a hot air balloon. To me, I want you guys to take a good look at this. I'm going to blow it up on the screen so you can look at it. Take a look. Now, what's really weird to me, we're going to put some context clues together. This is all alleged, and this is all from what I've been seeing. Now, I was just talking to my brother about this and all of these alleged balloons, or not, I'm not going to call them balloons, unidentified objects over the United States, which is becoming common because, as you say, she said this is not common, but it's at least 5. And now this is 6 because this is a 2 hours ago update. And they're shooting objects down. I want to really highlight that us as Americans have to pay attention to this because we never lived in a state of war, first and foremost. So we need to pay attention. Secondly, it's a little weird to me. It's a little weird to me that my brother would mention just a week or so ago, and I'm going to look for this and I'm going to get the information to share with you guys, just in reels. But a high-ranking military general is allegedly retiring. And this high-ranking general allegedly stated that he predicts by 2025, we will be in a full-blown war with China. And then about a week later, this is what I was talking about when I was muted, that this started happening with all of these balloons or unidentified aircrafts in our space. This says 2/4/23. But when you look at the news broadcast, this is weird. This is what I look at. Look at the date, 2/4/23. But when you let's make this smaller. This says 2 hours ago on Channel 7, just before 4 p.m., officials confirmed to ABC News that the military shot down an unidentified object over Lake Huron. Show more. I'm going to show this, give you this link so you can read it. So why does this video say 2/4/23? And today is 2/12/2023. This is the stuff that I pay attention to, but maybe I pay attention to too many details. Things is a little weird. And I'm not saying for us not to pay attention, like, oh, this is off, this is fake, they're setting us up. But they may be setting us up with war with China. Now, I don't know how far American debt can go, but it seemed like the money debt system can go pretty far because we're almost in more than 3 to 4 countries spread out. And now trying to flare things up with Haiti. And I have an update on Haiti. So I'm not going to dig into this too much because I thank you guys for even listening when I was mute. Somebody should have just told me I was mute. I love you guys. But I got kind of caught off guard because my broadcast started before I wanted it to get started. So this is the update. Allegedly, we have 5 to 6 aircrafts that's been shot down between Canada and America, allegedly. Unidentified objects. They're not saying they're planes. They look like hot air balloons. You're seeing it right here. Maybe I'm tripping, but I need you to do the synopsis, okay? So let's move this broadcast forward. I got another serious topic, but this is a continuous topic that is continuously going on and is being overlooked. And it was like it was fixed, but it was never fixed. Let's talk about Flint, Michigan again. The water system. Allegedly. Y'all remember what was going on before that? These people were being poisoned, allegedly with the water source. And the companies knew about the things that needed to be fixed, the old pipes. And these people were living months to months out of bottles of water. And it was getting really bad. So now we have another update because I don't think things never got better, but it was just out of the news, so we wasn't paying attention. So let's get to what's going on in Flint, Michigan, because it seems like it's going down right now. And then I do want to say thank you guys because I know my voice sounds pretty horrible, but y'all love me. So I appreciate you. So let's listen to this together. But I want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to hear it. Y'all know sometimes I move a little bit fast. And I want to make sure that y'all don't have any issues hearing because StreamYard is amazing. Okay. So
the entire city of Flint remains under a boiled, filtered water advisory.
Flint City crews working since the early morning hours, isolating the break, starting repairs. Until then, residents and businesses have to take precautions.
Residents should filter cold water, then boil that water and replace their cartridge when the advisory is lifted.
At Tonham Books and Cafe, patrons in the need of a caffeine boost will have to go without.
Then we got a call from the health department telling us like we can't make tea or coffee or anything, which is like those are our big, sellers.
Coffee sales helps the small business boost its bottom line.
And we don't have like a way to boil the water either because we don't have like a stovetop or whatever. So yeah, we're kind of screwed on that one.
Crews will spend the weekend not only repairing the break, but also testing the water quality.
We're going to maintain our testing to maintain the level of quality of water. We want people to have a level of comfort with this as we go through this process.
Yeah.
The object was
I don't think people should be too comfortable with Flint's procedures and fixing water issues, because as you know, guys, this is not the first time. Okay, so let's get to it. They probably make a bigger deal now because it looks like it's affecting other people. But before, you know who it was affecting. So residents in Flint, Michigan are facing yet another issue with the city. In battled water system. The water system is contaminated. The whole piping system allegedly is eroded. You can't do nothing with pipes that's eroded and metal and particles are going in the water. You can't filter that type of stuff out. Okay. Flint announced a citywide boil water advisory after the water main broke Friday morning, causing the pressure of the entire city system to drop below safe levels. Crews have been able to locate the damaged 24-inch transmission line and begin repairing, official says. A public notice said that officials anticipate the repair, flushing, and necessary testing will continue at least through Monday. That's fast, meaning the city over 80,000 residents will be left boiling Flint water or using bottled water through the weekend. The Facebook post from the city of Flint describes the boil water advisory precaution. Listen, this is not the first time. Let's Google this. Let's Google this real quick. Okay, because I don't play. I know this is not new. Let's get to it. Now, I'm reading this because the History Channel and all of these other places be trying to give you copyrights. But I just pulled up an article right now. And this started way before just now. And the way the news will bring it to you is though this is new or it's not that bad. But it's bad. It's bad. So I just pulled up the History Channel. They better not even try. I'm just going to read the article. So this is okay. This is the history. It says that this is the water crisis of the Flint water crisis begins on April 25th, 2014. Officials from Flint, Michigan, switched the city water supply to Flint River as a cost-cutting measure for the struggling city. In doing so, this unwitty introduced lead poison water into the home, what I was just saying, and what will become a massive public health crisis. The problem started when officials decided to switch the water supply from the Detroit Water and Sewage Department to the Carolyn Water, excuse my pronunciation, Authority to save money for the economically struggling city. Before the connection could be built, the city turned to Flint River as a temporary water source. Those things in the river, and I'm not an expert, but there's bacteria and things in the river that's not compatible with metal. When you put metal and things into the river, what happens? It rusts. So there's certain treatments they do to the water for people to drink. Okay, even coming from third world countries like Haiti, we don't just drink rainwater. We have to boil it and we put a little bleach in it and the water be good, just a little bit. Yeah, we know we can't just drink that water. So why would they use that source? Because of the population, possibly? Right, but I'm just saying allegedly. Authorities to save money for the economically struggling city before the connection could be built. As we said, they connected it to the Flint River water source. Disgusting. By May, residents were complaining that the brown water flowing into their home looked and smelled weird. But the largely majority African American and poor citizen was ignored by officials. This is 2014. We're going almost on 10 years later. When ignored by officials in August, E. coli and coliform bacteria was detected in Flint water. From there, a leaked memo from the Environmental Protection Agency and several independent studies warned of dangerous levels of lead in the water. Although the city switched their water supply back in 2015, the damage to the pipes had already been done. This is common sense. I'm not even a pipe expert. I'm not a water expert, but it's just common sense. And that's why I don't understand. We have people in elected officials position or high positions that don't have common sense. Is it just me? Okay. But that's what I was thinking. It eroded the pipes. So although this week we said, okay, so after months of denial and dodging, the mayor, governor, and president declared the state of emergency in Flint. Free water bottles and filters were provided to the residents to help them cope. But unfortunately, I bet you the damage was already done because lead was deposited into these people's brain. The crisis didn't end there for Flint residents. Over a year later, people were still using bottled water to cook, drink, and even brush their teeth. The city recovery had been slow. And as it worked to replace 30,000 lead pipes, 30,000 in 2017. So wow, from 2014, 3 years later of the residents ingesting this poisonous water allegedly, then they started fixing it. Reports show that the water in most homes was generally safe. So by 2017, allegedly, it was generally safe. Allegedly. But now we in 2013 and we having pipes bust. That's what they saying. I you know me, I'm skeptical. Unless I know somebody who work in a water company that's gonna verify that. Everything that comes from the news, I take it as a grain of salt. I'm just gonna keep it 100. So I just wanted to show y'all what was going on in Flint, Michigan. I am so sorry that these people continue to suffer. And I want the Black community to know that it's very, very serious about the things that we ingest. It's not just the food, but literally the water. It deposits into our pores when we take showers. We're drinking it into our cavities in our mouth. This is why it's very important to know what type of water source we have as well, in what area. And as you see, it's sad, but when they consider it to be a red area, y'all know a red area, if y'all know what that is when it comes to housing discrimination and redlining. Certain precautions are not taken. Certain things are not taken serious as far as what we just read in this article. And it can linger on for years. So you have to take the measures to protect your family. It's sad, but it's true. That's why we're grassroots over here. That's why we're grassroots. We're going to have everything, our own business, our own water, our own garden. We're working on it. I hope y'all working on it too. Okay. So let's move on to one of our main topics, Mr. Trump. He stay in the news. I don't even understand how this man is always in the news and he ain't even the president. He haven't been the president. They blaming him on the air balloons. They still trying to prosecute this man. They still care about his damn taxes. Excuse my language, nobody give a damn about Trump taxes. I don't. At the end of the day, we already discovered allegedly that the elites get a lot of tax breaks. You could literally read the IRS codes. You can read them yourself because I'm doing my taxes. And when you read them, certain things, you're like, damn, they get a good tax break. You taking how much out of my check? Hey, that's things you could just look at. You don't need Trump to tell you this shit. I'm just going to keep it real. All right. But let's get on this big head dude. Let me see, because he acting like a fool. Let me see if it's going to, let me show y'all, because it's being weird to me. Don't be weird to me. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me see, can I get it on the screen? Because it's not moving. My screen ain't moving. So I can't read the article. They said, oh, you ain't going to read this article about no damn Trump? What's wrong with you, Black girl? Don't be talking about our president. Okay, let me take it off the screen real quick, and then I'm going to put it back on. They go see, because black people don't want to hear about Trump, but you better, because when he in the office, he did us a little bit of benefit out of all these damn presidents. His ass did something, and I don't mess with none of them. I'm gonna just tell y'all, I don't participate, and don't be mad at me either. I'm like, oh, you don't participate, you don't vote. Hell no, I stopped voting when Trump won. Shit, that shit disappointed me. All right, view tab and StreamYard. So I'm having some issues. Let me go get this up in another article, because it's like, nope. It said nope. Rihanna. Make sure I'm spelling her name right. Trump on Rihanna. His old big old head. Okay. Let's open it up. Hopefully it let me read it. All stupid thing was acting all dumb. All right. We back in the building. Thank you guys for having patience with Grace. Oh, stupid thing. That's why. Trump being all weird to Rihanna. I know this man got other things to do, like hide his damn taxes and shit. Talking about Rihanna. All right, Donald Trump attacked no talent Rihanna over anti-Trump graffiti ahead of the Super Bowl performance. So she must have did something. And listen, I don't participate. So I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't vote. Yup, attack me. I put your damn comments in at the bottom. Tell me why I should vote. Tell me why I should watch the Super Bowl when I know it's keeping us docile. And only reason why y'all watching it again after Kaepernick took a knee is because Jay-Z and his witchcraft allegedly mesmerized y'all asses to watch it again. But I'm going to shut up. Now let's get on. I just had to say that. Voodoo is real. All right, Trump attacks allegedly no talent Rihanna over anti-Trump graffiti ahead of the Super Bowl performance. Donald Trump attacks Rihanna on social media ahead of the pop star and fashion mogul upcoming performance. So she didn't even get to go on yet. But he found out. They was like, oh shit, Rihanna, because Trump be all up in the black community. He be all up in our business. He know what's going on with us. See, the other ones, they don't give a damn what's going on with us. I'm just keeping it real. Trump be trying to be in everything. They were talking about Trump back in the day in hip hop. When people started rapping about Trump, Trump was like, let me listen to this. Let me listen to this shit. You know, I'm telling you. And he said, I'm gonna keep it real. When he said in his speech when he became the president, the blacks need to do what they need to do to get on their feet. He said something to that nature. I said, oh shit. Oh man, hey, go ahead and call me the blacks, because I'm gonna call you the whites. It's okay. I ain't mad. I don't take offense. But he said something that resonated with me. He said, y'all better pay attention to what's going on against you, because they're going against your ass too. The same people he said that was coming after me and my hillbilly friends, they watch it and they destroying you and doing things to you. And I said, wait a minute. I ain't vote for this dude. I voted for Jill Stein. That was the last time I voted. Y'all was like, who the hell is that? I ain't even gonna explain to y'all who Jill Stein is, okay? Just know you could have voted for more than one person between Hillary and Trump, but you ain't here for me. Okay? I voted with my soul and my integrity. But when his ass got in and he started talking that, I was like, let me listen to this damn man, this fool. I said, because I just thought he was racist. And among all the racist people, I started seeing who they were. People at my job, everybody. It's cool. I love it. But he did two things. He ignited the spirit of the hustler in the black community. Don't tell me he didn't. Even some of them lazy black men. Some of y'all lazy. Shit. Don't be mad. I'm going to tell you. Some of y'all lazy as hell. Y'all want everything easy. Talking about, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm like, what's the dream? Well, how you going to do it? Oh, I just know I'm going to be there. I ain't talking, I love you. I'm going to have a whole broadcast. Y'all know I'm a digging black men ass and women. But I ain't talking about y'all today. We just talking. So when Trump said that and woke up the whole black community and we got on our entrepreneur, that was a blessing Tell me it was not a blessing. We realized that they didn't like us. And they wasn't as friendly as we thought. Even the ones in the north, even the ones in Jersey saw the true color. And then the second thing is that he actually funded some things that helped Black community. It helped some Black people who was in bad situations. Even though the releases that he did was of federal prisoners, it was still some prisoners who was in there for high stakes sentencing. And also he gave funding to HBCU. Good, a lot of good funding. It was a good amount. Because HBCU's been fucking struggling. HBCUs ain't nothing but what you saw on it's a different world. Everything you saw there with no classes, nobody going to class, that's what the fuck HBCU stand for right now. Tell me I'm lying. I mean, I'm not saying that they're in the trash, but what I'm hearing, baby, especially what happened with the HBCU in Georgia. I don't remember what college it was, but I remember at the beginning of the year, the semester, their dorms were so eroded and disgusting, the students couldn't even move in. But they took all of that money from the students. HBCUs. Okay, let's get to how Trump is attacking Rihanna, though, because just because he did those things for the Black community don't mean that his ass could be talking about big head Riri. And I could call her big head Riri because we from the same tribe. I'm from the tribe of Levi. I'm Haitian and I'm Bayesian. My mother's from Haiti and my father's from Barbados. So that's why you see that forehead. You see Rihanna forehead? That's a Barbadian. That's a big Barbadian thing. We just got a big forehead. And we be thinking and we be plotting. So go ahead, big head Riri. That's my girl. She's so beautiful. Okay, so listen to this guy. We're going to listen to what he got to say for 2 minutes, and then we're going to move on because, we don't really care about Trump. The only way he could do for us because, people don't be doing what they're supposed to do when they get in a position. So that's fuck the rest of that. Donald Trump. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all can hear me because I'll be talking sometimes and y'all ass don't hear me. And I don't got my comments and nobody even put a comment in there. Y'all just sitting there just listening to my ass talk. All right, let me go back to Donald Trump. So Donald Trump attacked Rihanna on social media ahead of the pop star fashion mogul upcoming performance. Without her stylist, she is nothing. The former president wrote on his Truth Social. Bad everything, and no talent. That's Trump. That's how he sounds. Bad everything and no talent. He sucks. Trump sucks. Okay. This post was a response to another from Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson, Mr. Trump former White House doctor. Ronnie sprayed paint F Donald Trump on a car at a what is that? Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo. He wrote on Tuesday, why is the doctor why is the doctor instigating? Let me shut the hell up. I'm a nurse over here fucking giving commentary. Talking about why is the doctor instigating? That is not his job. I'm gonna take a whole glass to shut the hell up. Oh, so she made a career with spewing degenerate filth while bad-mouthing America every chance she gets. Why is the NFL showing this crap? Rihanna should not be the halftime performer. Where the hell did he get that from? Trump do be going off on he be going off on a tangent and just saying anything. So where did Rihanna say bad mouth things against America? I mean, I ain't hear it. But if she did, was she lie? She is from the tribe of Benjamin. People from Barbados, we were enslaved. They were enslaved too. And yes, let me let y'all know, Judah, the Black people, just a history lesson. When I did my research about my family in Barbados, the slaves in Barbados, that's where y'all got allegedly that the Willie Lynch stuff from. It was allegedly a man from Barbados, and they were horrible slave owners in Barbados. They used to boil the slaves in the sugar cane that the slaves was harvesting. That was my people. But wait a minute. The story continues because what I found out was that slaves from Barbados was transferred to North Carolina and South Carolina. Yeah. Because there was some skills that they had and they wanted to transfer them over and bring us over there to North Carolina, South Carolina. So all of them black people from South Carolina, North Carolina that don't know where you from, you may be connected to the same tribe that Rihanna's connected to. We may all be connected. History lesson, message, pick it up. I just had to throw that out there for y'all. If y'all ain't know it, now you know. That's why I told y'all connected. Y'all brothers and sisters. Y'all are brothers and sisters. But Judah, you'll realize we love you and we need you. Y'all hard-headed asses. I love y'all. Y'all hard-headed. Y'all so strong and stubborn. Okay, so let's move on from Trump, his little big head. So at least that allowed me to move on and tell y'all a little bit about Riri, about our background, about how Rihanna is connected to the African-American black people. And y'all wouldn't even know it. Y'all just thought she was big head Riri, and y'all just thought I was big head Grace Levi. No. Okay. Let's move on. I want to move on to this one. Oh my God. She is a chaos emerald and I'm not feeling her. But let's see what she got to say because this is oh God. Okay. I don't even want to show it now because these people done did a fact check on it. And I don't want to get in trouble. I could because I don't think it's gonna be allegedly. This is all allegedly. I'm just reporting what Candace Owens is reporting about the chickens. About the chickens. It says my 18 hens stopped lying in July. So this is about the chickens. And they trying to say that the company that's connected to this allegation is not the truth. Now I need y'all to listen because some of you guys feed y'all animal from this company. And y'all just need to listen. Y'all just need to listen. I don't got no animals, but I don't want nobody animals to die. And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. But somebody said something, and I don't like Candace Owens too much, but I need y'all to listen, okay? She's a chaos emerald, but let's listen.
Feed their chickens has somehow been tainted, and it has led to none of these chickens being able to lay eggs. So a young woman on TikTok began investigating. She thought it was very strange. She started talking to people locally, and it's the same thing. They're saying, yeah, no, they're not laying eggs. And this started around September. And she starts looking at the feed. Okay, what are we all feeding our chickens? And apparently there's not very many distributors of chicken feed. And she determines that there's two main ones. And actually she discovers that it's just one main one, and it's Purina. Purina is the main owner of the chicken feed that they are all feeding. She goes down and she decides to switch up the feed, and immediately the chicken begins to start laying eggs again. Here is where it is going to get very, very interesting.
Oh,
there's a conspiracy going on.
So there's a conspiracy going on, and I want you guys to listen, okay? So it is what it is. I'm just going to leave that right there where we drop it because things that turn out to be conspiracy, allegedly, this uncensored, turns out to be the truth months later, allegedly, but you ain't hear from me. I just wanted to share a little bit from the sister Candace Owens, even though I'm not feeling her too much. Y'all know I'm not biased here. So anything that I feel need to be shared with the people, whoever say it, doesn't matter because it's all about our development. I really don't care. Even if what's her face? Tasha K, if she do something really amazing and really good for the Black community, baby, I am going to put her on my broadcast and be like, toodaloo, go Tasha, go Tasha K. But you know, it is what it is. It just depends what they do, what the people do. Let's move on to this before we go on to our break because we've been on for a little while. But this is a very important topic. Another important topic. We're going to be talking about our great ancestor, and that's me and your ancestors. Yes, if you connected to slavery, he connected to you. Okay, so relative of Emmett Till is seeking a lawsuit against the sheriff. Most likely it's for inactivity because the sheriff did not go and arrest the alleged white woman that's now an old lady. And they feel even more distraught. They don't want to arrest her. They so distraught. They like, we can't arrest this lady. They are distraught. Let's read this article. Relative from Emmett Till filed lawsuit demanding sheriff arrest Carolyn Bryant Donham. And this is brought to you February 11th. As of yesterday, they're not here to play, they're here to slay. Let's play it.
H2 trivia was everywhere.
It blew up.
No.
And it crashed. There was jealousy.
Wait, let's pause it because I don't want to get a copyright. I was just going to read it to y'all, okay? Because they be acting stingy with their information. So in the federal lawsuit filed earlier this week, a family member of Emmett Till is demanding that the Lake Huron County Sheriff Ricky Brinks served an arrest warrant from 1955 on Carolyn Bryant Donham for her role in the death of Till. Last year, a 5-member search group, including member of Till family, filed an unserved 1955 arrest warrant for Bryant at the Lake Huron County Courthouse. Till, a 14-year-old boy from Chicago, was visiting family in Mississippi when he had his fateful encounter. And it's not faithful, it's tragic. The fuck they mean faithful? I'm sorry. Tragic encounter. I'm changing that word. Within 20-year-old Carolyn Bryant. She sucks. She was 20. She was so desperate and horny, excuse my language, that you will say a 14-year-old boy coming on to you, you 20. You 20 years old. You shouldn't even care. You should feel flattered. But then it's the hate that lives. Accounts from the day differ, but witness alleged Emmett whistled at Bryant, now Donham, at the market she owned with her husband in Money, Mississippi. Later, her husband, Roy Bryant and J.W. Malum, took Till from his bed and ordered him into the back of the pickup truck and him before him in the head and tossing his body into the river. They were both acquitted of murder following the trial, in which Carolyn Bryant testified that Emmett grabbed and verbally threatened her. This still pisses me off. Because this was in 1955. This was 78 years ago. And my grandmother is younger than that. My ear itching. My grandmother is younger than 78 right now. That is how close this was. This pisses me off. The story sucks. We're not going to read it. Let's go down to this day. The warrant issue from Carolyn Bryant remains unserved. Carolyn Bryant whereabouts are known. This action is being brought in order to compel the Lake Huron County Sheriff to serve the warrant upon Carolyn Bryant, it added. CNN has reached out to Banks for comments. So the family is pursuing a lawsuit against the sheriff for inactivity. And they can do that. They have all rights to do that because look at the injustice. Look at the grave injustice that's going on right now. Now, before we get to our next half of our broadcast, it's going to be a little bit lighter. All our serious topics was first. Now we're going to get a little bit lighter. And before we do that, let's get into our sponsors, baby.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.
All right. We are back. Now, we're going to get into a topic that's a little crazy. I need you guys to look at this. I think the world is losing their ever-loving mind, and we need to be aware there is something in the air, and it's called demon time, and I'm going to show you this in real time. So there is an eyewitness bystander of a woman who literally was just going crazy in a parking lot, ramming into cars, trying to hit people. She went mad. She lost her ever-loving freaking mind, and we're going to watch it together. This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, look at her.
Look at this shit. She crazy.
Watch out!
Oh my gosh, she tried to hit him.
She going all crazy. She hitting every car.
What if somebody shot her?
No, she tried running into somebody.
She's crazy. She hit us over there too.
Look, she about to come for her. She's gonna move out her way.
Watch out!
Oh, she tried to hit her. She tried to hit her.
Move out of the way. Move.
Look like a white lady to me.
Oh, move.
Wow. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this?
It's not one thing. Watch out.
Sir, it's not one thing. Let her do it, sir. Sir. Get out of the car.
Let her do it.
Right now.
Sir.
Get out of the car. Wait, watch out of there.
Whoa.
Damn.
Just let us.
All right, y'all saw it here. Now, I don't know what's going on with this lady, but all I know is that I call that demonic spirit and demonic possession. That ain't no form of God or common sense in that lady. I don't know what took over her, but I pray, like I told y'all the last time. Well, I wasn't on this channel, but I was talking on my other channel, Signs of Schizophrenia, and that was on Nurses to Nurses. If y'all see people who have signs of schizophrenia, hallucination, auditory, hearing things, telling them to do stuff, don't think that y'all so big and bad that y'all gonna be able to talk these people out of this stuff. Some of that things are way beyond what y'all can do. And to my understanding, from a medical perspective, they use medication. But from a spiritual perspective, they are demonically possessed and may need to be need some repossession done. What is it called? Demonic repossession or demonic, what we call it, demonic demolishing. Okay. And some of that is done in the actual spiritual world, and y'all can't do nothing about it. So what that goes to say, if you ain't strong enough and don't know how to stand your ground and your prayers ain't strong like the Levi's, you better move on. Move on. All right, let's move on to this. This I found is very interesting, and this is not the first time that it's been played, but I need you guys to pay attention because this is what they do. This is what they do to you. This is what they do. Mind and soul warrior. Let's listen. Let's listen, Lisa.
Exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 I just wanted to share you that. Lashley, well, I said Lashley, y'all know my name. Grace Levi, I am severely, severely dangerous for your democracy. Moving on. Love me or hate me. Love me or hate me. I am here. I am here. All right, let's move on. This one was funny, guys. Okay, we're gonna watch this together. I hope we can watch it. It look all weird on the screen. Hold on. The hell is that? Let's see. I probably don't get to show y'all that. I just saw it. It was so funny. And now I can't show y'all. All right, I'm gonna try to get back to show y'all that. But I do want to get on to one more topic. Okay, we do have some more serious topics. This topic a little bit serious, okay? Because at the end of the day, there's a war for freedom of speech. There's a war to make us say and do the things that they want us to do. And at the end of the day, I respect everybody else's opinion or what they feel they are or what they want to do, but you cannot push that on people. And to put somebody in jail, a high school teenager, this motherfucker is turning crazy. I don't give a damn. This is ridiculous, and I'm a motherfucker say it. That's why I homeschool. Excuse my language, no more cursing. High school students suspended, arrested for saying only 2 genders in the name of diversity. A Catholic school, and Renfrew suspended a student and had him arrested for saying there are only 2 genders. Josh Alexander was suspended last November over comments made about gender in class and told he couldn't return to class until he recanted. On Monday, Alexander returned to class and was promptly met by the vice principal, arrested by 2 local police and charged with trespassing. Wow. The now seemingly former student of St. Joseph Catholic School High School told the National Post in an interview that he made comments during the class discussion on gender. This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, I make a comment. Y'all make a comment. Is this right? Is this right? He can say what he want to say. People feelings are so up in their ass that we can't even talk. I miss the 90s. I want to go back to the 90s because the 90s, we were able to say and do what we wanted to do. We were able to be free a little bit. And people wasn't so damn sensitive and we were more tougher. Because this young man just said it's 2 genders. Not only does he get suspended, but he goes back and because he don't recant, he locked up. He arrested for trespassing. That's wrong. I don't care what color he is. That shit is wrong. And you need to take a look and really think where our society is going. Because this ain't copacetic. I don't care what sex you are, who you like to sleep with. This is not copacetic. You know why? Because I like to be uncensored. And I can say what I want to say. I mean, in the respects, he didn't say anything derogatory towards other people who choose not to participate with the 2 genders, even though they, whatever. Some of them are calling themselves women, some of them call them men, calling them whatever. He didn't say anything derogatory towards them. So, like I said, this should be unwarranted. And I really think, I don't care if you transgender, you gay, if you're human, you should understand that this is wrong. I have watched some gay and transgenders and bisexual people know that there's a line that is being crossed and that people are losing their freedom. Even with the topic, because we're going to do a full broadcast about Trump ass, talking about he coming after the transgenders And because a lot of young people, when they get older, they have issues with the decisions they made as a child. What is wrong? What is our society coming to? That we can't objectively think and talk and have everything out on the table, get through the emotions, and make critical decisions. I feel some type of way for this young white boy. That shit shouldn't happen. If I was his mother, I'll pull him out of that school so fast and homeschool his ass too. Black people don't only need to be homeschooled. The people who don't want to take no need to homeschool their kids. The people who want their kids to have a free mind and think for themselves and understand how an economy and all the world around it and things like that, not just what the books teach them, need to homeschool. And I'm going to leave that shit like that because that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. That mama mad. I'm mad for that mama. All right, let's move on to update breaking news. There's some shit going on. Let's pay attention, people, because people are hungry. Not only do we have housing crisis where we have evictions going up to the roof, but we're starting to have the crime go up. And you see the demon time. You see the crazy lady just banging herself and just banging a car, catching concussions and shit, whip glass, don't care. The demon in her. Now look at this. This is another update brought to you by ABC News. And this update by ABC News is highlighting uptake of home invasions. Get the pistol, guys. Get the motherfucking pistol. Get the pistol. That's all I'm saying. Because ain't nobody gonna protect you but God and your gun because the police get there afterwards. I'm just saying. Look at this shit. They get there afterwards. The police come, they the cleanup boys. They come after the shit is done. Tell me I'm lying.
Coming back. Oh, they're coming back in. Who's coming back in? The guys. Please
The window like clack, clack, bow, bow.
You hear? Someone else is screaming now. No, that's them shooting me now. What do you hear now?
What the fuck?
Nothing. I don't know if they're out there. I'm too scared. I hear sirens coming. Thank you. My boyfriend is on the board. Shot in the tongue. Is he breathing? Is he breathing? Yeah, he's still breathing. He's still breathing. Hold on, baby. Hold on, please.
Oh my
God.
God.
Have the officer right around the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna read this to you guys because y'all don't know what's going on, but this is terrible. It's more terrible than what I thought. Breaking news: terrifying surveillance video shows 16-year-old mother fleeing with 10-month-old son before they were fatally shot at a home in Central California. 4 other family members was also murdered in the massacre, which led to the arrest of 2 suspects. Click on the link in the bio. What bio? Oh my God. This fucking sucks. Please, I know this could be something that is personal to this young lady, but y'all do need to know that y'all got some crazy ass husbands and boyfriends. And I don't know, maybe y'all pootie tang, or maybe it's the devil. But something is taking over these men, taking over people that's in these relationships that's not having the common sense to have self-control. It's like you hurt their feelings, they fucking done. Oh, I want to kill her. Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's not that serious. So if you're seeing somebody having them signs and symptoms of being just too overbearing, too overprotective, jealous, hearing things, hearing voices, paranoid, I think y'all better leave town. I think y'all need to get the hell out of Dodge. I'm just saying. I don't mind being single these days because shit, God protect me. I'm all right. I am okay. So what we're going to do is get to our last subject for tonight. We have been on for 1 hour and 4 minutes. Thank you to everyone who came in, clicked in, watched me for a little while, listened to my raspy voice. Y'all getting used to me. I'm here. I'm here on these YouTube streets, and I will be here. I'm going to be sending y'all a whole lot of uncensored enlightenment commentary, as well as topics that the other people don't want to talk about. Us as the Black community, we have to move forward from talking about each other and just talking about celebrities and gossips. I'm over the shit. I'm fucking over it. Tell them I said it. I like some of it, but damn, find something else to talk about. Shit. Fuck, y'all always talk about each other. Excuse my language. Ooh, being the Levi, Grace Levi, you see me. Now we're going to give you one more update because we've been updating you on the Tyre Nichols case, as well as what's going on with the funky police officer and some of his history. So now we have a little bit more updates about his history. He is basically a career police criminal. What the fuck could I say? He is a career police criminal. And somebody should have taken his ass off that Scorpio unit. I kept calling the spider unit. They all suck. They suck. All of them. Allegedly. So we got some more updates about the Scorpio unit. People talking about their encounters with the Scorpio unit. And this brought to you right here is brought to you by WREG News Channel 3, where a woman says she tried to warn people about the MPD officers now charged in the Tyre Nichols case. Let's go. She tried to warn people, and nobody want to listen to the Black woman. Nobody want to listen to us Black women. We just don't know shit. We just complain. We just strong. We can't
Tonight,
suffer.
she tried to warn the Memphis Police Department about an officer now charged in the death of Tyre Nichols.
WREG investigator Jessica Gertler has her story and uncovers a loophole that may have kept the case from being sent to the district attorney's office for review.
The evening of February 21st, 2021, Memphis police got a call. There was a shooting at the Walgreens on Knight Arnold. Khadijah Towns and her aunt were there.
We was returning a red box and we was getting another red box.
She says they were about to leave when a male officer approached her, asking if she heard gunfire.
And I told him no, and he told us we could go ahead and leave.
She says as she put the car into reverse, a female officer stopped her. Her aunt hit record on her cell phone.
Everybody in the car. Oh my God, y'all! We were getting a red box.
Where's your
we was
ID?
getting a red box, y'all.
Where's your ID?
Why you need my? What I do? What I do? She wouldn't tell me what I did. She was just telling me to get out. Why would I? What are you doing? She proceeded to stick her hand in my car, unlock my door, and kind of arm wrestle with me.
Two male officers each grabbed her arms, then put her into handcuffs.
I'm crying now. I'm like, you dislocated my shoulder. He just telling me, stop resisting, stop resisting. I'm like, I'm not resisting. I'm trying to tell. Because if you look at the video, my hand's behind my back.
Officers then approached her aunt and the video ends. Town says officers put her into the squad car. She says she demanded they take her to the emergency room for her shoulder pain. Her family followed the squad car, so the officer pulled over and got out.
And drew her gun at my brother and my aunt.
Town says they took her aunt into custody while they took her to the hospital and then to jail, but she says she never faced any charges. She said she did give a statement to MPD's internal affairs, but never knew what came of the case
not gonna do shit
until last month.
She saw the mugshots of the now former Memphis police officers charged in Tyre Nichols' death. One of them, Demetrius Haley, the officer who put her into handcuffs that night. Were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised because how they did me at Walgreens.
Towns' incident was in Haley's disciplinary file WREG investigators uncovered. He was written up in Towns' case, not for using force, but for not filling out the proper paperwork to alert his supervisors that force was used. Haley told Internal Affairs he did not know why they were handcuffing Towns, and the officer who helped him was not familiar with why she was pulled over in the first place. A lieutenant did say Haley routinely makes good decisions, and he was sure this was a limited event. The female officer, Alexis Brown, said while investigating the shooting call, she saw Towns laughing in her car, so she initiated the traffic stop. and that Towns became verbally and passively resistant. She put Towns into her squad car for investigative detention, also claiming she found marijuana in the car but disposed of it. Internal Affairs says Brown violated a number of policies, including excessive force. She resigned before her disciplinary hearing.
Yeah, she
For them
fucking
to give her time
resigned.
to quit on her own, like, that wasn't fair at all.
Towns says what's also not fair, her case was never turned over to the Shelby County District Attorney's Office for review to see if any of the officers did anything criminally wrong. See, a month after
They
her
don't give a
incident, the
fuck.
then DA and the former police director created a new policy. All cases of excessive force that result in disciplinary action would be sent to the DA's office for review. Again, the officer quit before she was disciplined for violating the excessive force policy. We asked MPD if that's why the case was never sent to the DA. We have yet to hear back.
It's not right. It should be another system, a better system.
To this day, Towns doesn't know why she was forced out of her car and into handcuffs.
And we still don't know what we did. We still don't know what we did.
Laugh
Jessica Gertler,
and be
WREG
black.
News Channel 3.
Still
Laugh
looking for answers.
and be black.
Towns
She was black and she was laughing. That's exactly what she did. And then they allowed this woman to be able to quit before she was disciplined. And as you see who the hell involved in it, this man, you allegedly call as a man. And I'm just so surprised because I thought that men are not supposed to like arrest women unless it's like no other women involved around. Not saying like if they see a crime, they just got to wait for a woman. But at the end of the day, why was he involved when the female approached her car and then put a hand in the car? Oh my God. And then they arrest the young lady and don't have no reason to arrest her. Okay. So I got another update, and this one is brought to you by Torian Regain Reloaded. Now, we're not going to listen to his commentary, but I will put his video in the description so you can watch it. But he does have an update of another gentleman who says that he had an encounter with the Scorpion unit. The shit is out of control. And that's what I said from the beginning. This was known bad behavior. They've been doing this. They've been doing this. Listen to this.
Outland Road in Hickory Hill, about a few miles from where Tyree Nichols was stopped by MPD's Scorpion unit. And just 3 days before, another young man, 22-year-old Montarius Harris, says he too was beaten by the same 5 officers charged in Tyree's death.
He sent me
a clip of Tyree, like when he was in the hospital, and it had all the officers down there. So I was reading it, and I was like, these are the same officers that beat me up.
January 4th, 3 days before Tyree Nichols was stopped by Memphis Police Scorpion unit and beaten, 22-year-old Montarius Harris was waiting for his cousin outside an apartment building on Outland Road.
That's when, like, masked guys with masks and hoodies on, they came out of, like, nowhere, just asking me to get out the car.
Montarius says the men came around a corner and did not
Sound familiar?
Notion has.
There's a commercial that came on real quick, but doesn't that sound about familiar? Yeah.
So he thought he was being robbed. He backed his vehicle up, hitting an object behind him. Shortly after, Montarius noticed an officer's vest with gun magazines clipped to it and believed he was a form of authority. That's when he got out his car.
I like put my hands up and I walked towards him, and I was like, what's going on? You know, and he grabbed me, hit me a couple times. The other guys, they closed in on me.
Montarius says one officer slammed his head in the concrete. He says it wasn't until he called for his cousin and neighbors came outside that police stopped beating him.
I was scared, like I didn't know what to expect. After they had already had me detained and stuff, they kept saying how they wanted to air my car out. And one officer was laughing at the other officer. He was like, oh, you got your red beam on. And he was like, yeah, I was ready to, shoot him.
An officer in a marked vehicle arrived and took Montarius to 201 Poplar. A nurse there requested Montarius go to the hospital. He was taken to Regional 1 and released a few hours later back into police custody. The police report says Montarius violated a number of laws, including evading arrest, possession of a controlled substance, and convicted felon with possession of handgun. But a federal lawsuit filed on his behalf states that the gun was not Montarius and belonged to his cousin. While in jail, Montarius' mother called Spence Partners Law, and days later, they learned the officers charged in Nichols' death are the same names of the officers listed in the police report for Montarius.
We filed a lawsuit because we believe that we can prove that there's a policy and custom in the MPD in the manner in which they violate the rights of young black men like Montarius.
Montarius' lawyers say they're glad the Scorpion unit has been disbanded, but there's more work ahead.
What we don't know is whether this unit is something that was an aberration itself,
whatever,
or is it something that's capable of repetition?
It's systemic.
Lawyers say they are reviewing video and audio from that encounter with the Scorpion
It's
unit.
systemic.
We reached out to Memphis police. They say they are looking into this investigation and will not comment at this time. In Hickory Hill, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
All right, you heard it here. Second, I'm going to send this link down so y'all can watch his commentary. But let me tell you something. As we stated before, this was nothing new to these Scorpion unit. We just how they ran down on Montarius Harris. That's how they ran down on Tyree Nichols. Tyree Nichols, that's what I was saying. He may have not even known that that was the police, because when they did that to me, the only reason why I knew that there was the police because I was so used to seeing the jump out boys doing that. I used to be out in the streets, so I know. But if you green, what they call green in Georgia, and you don't know the streets, you're going to think somebody's trying to rob you. Or, well, in his case, the same thing. And then what you hear with the other young lady. So we got one more update because there are stories coming out. Thank you, Jesus. And what I can say is that these cases that are attached to these officers will most likely be reviewed and be overturned. So if you have any cases that's connected to the Scorpion unit, the best thing to do is to go get a lawyer and see, can you get it overturned, and sue the damn county. Allegedly. Sue them. All right, so we're going to get to our last article, and this is about the officer, Dimitri Haley again. This motherfucker is infamous. He is just a fucking troublemaker. He's infamous. Dimitri, this is infamous. The first officer in Nicholas' arrest. Let's get into this article because somebody else accused him of something else. He's been doing this for a long time. So first officer in Nicholas' arrest accused of brutality at prison. February 10, 2023. This AP News. Years before Memphis police officer Dimitri Haley pulled Tyree Nichols from his car on January 7, setting in motion a deadly confrontation. Haley was accused of taking part in a savage beating of an inmate at the county prison. The 2015 assault of the inmate was so disturbing that 34 officers that entered cell box signed a letter to the correctional director. We are truly asking that this matter gets looked into before someone gets hurt really bad or lose their life because of some unprofessional officers. The letter stated. There were even colleagues that was concerned about this man. This man got the demon in him. The devil. Look at his face. We are truly asking that this matter gets looked into. I'm requoting this, okay? His fellow officers, we are truly asking that this matter gets looked into before someone gets hurt really bad or loses their life because some unprofessional officer, the letter stated. The warning from dozens of inmates at the Shelby County prisons is the clearest indication yet that one of the 5 officers who took part in the violent beating of Nicholas had an event in his past that should have raised concerns before he was hired as a police officer. Nicholas died 3 days after his beating. The letter asks how the inmates are supposed to feel safe and secure when the staff at the Shelby County Correctional Officers are assaulting and threatening us. It concludes, please put a stop to this madness. Shelby County did not respond to the request Friday seeking information about investigating into the beating allegations. So it's unclear if Haley was disciplined or cleared of assault. Any email was sent Friday to police spokesman asked if the department knew about the allegation when Haley was hired. There is no national database of officers found guilty of misconduct who resign or are fired, meaning in a lot of cases, they can apply for jobs in other police agencies and departments. There is a national database for officers who lose their certification, the equivalent to their professional license to be a police. So they have a certification. See, we were talking about, because I never knew they had a license. To be equivalent to police license to be a police officer in particular states. That wouldn't have made a difference in Haley's case because his job as the county prison did not require police certification. The former officer has been charged with second-degree murder in Nelson's death, along with ex-officer Tartersby, Desmond Mill Jr., Emmett Martin III. His mama is disappointed in that shit. Justin Smith, all except Bean have infractions in their work history. So all except one of them in Toradors. Police violations include using minor physical force during an arrest or failing to fill out forms about it, failing to report domestic violence situation, and a car crash, records show. The prior accusation against Haley came to light because the inmate, Cardos Sagels, I'm saying it wrong, filed a federal lawsuit. Ooh, I told y'all got rights in 2016 against him and two others. It accused Haley and other officers of punching him and a third of slamming his head in the floor. The suit was ultimately dismissed on procedural grounds. And procedural grounds mean he didn't have a good lawyer, and that lawyer threw the fucking case by not filing his paperwork right or putting certain things in order. That is all procedures is. You can lose a whole case based on your filing and time and wrong documents. Because that doesn't mean you're innocent because you beat a case. So don't think, if he's not found guilty, he is unguilty. If you knew the fucking system, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. So, closing off, Haley continues to work for the Division of Corrections until hired by the Memphis Police in 2020, at the time when the department was lowering its standards, for recruitments in attempt to fill vacancies. According to the records in his professional file, the previous application to the police department was rejected, but the reason for the rejection is blacked out. The sixth officer who participated in Nicholas' arrest and beating, Princeton Hemphill, has been fired but not criminally charged. He initially filed a physical after he was hired in 2019 and spent several months as a civilian in the civilian population. He probably did some type of drugs. He had to go to rehab, probably, allegedly. Got to put my face on the mic for that. Van Turner, president of the NAACP, Boulay, allegedly, Memphis branch, said Tyree Nichols' death could have been prevented if the police department had not hired Haley. That's a whole damn lie. Because I already explained to you that this is a systematic thing, that this thing happened over 10 years ago in Newark, New Jersey, and their squad was called 7. There's a lot of crooked divisions that are set up like this. So the boule, take a whole glass of sit the fuck down and shut the hell up. So the culture of violence and bravado and the lack of empathy for individuals is not only here in our neighborhood and communities, thank you, and communities, but unfortunately also in our jails and prison system, said Turner, who is running for mayor. Whatever. So I just wanted to share this, guys, with you guys. There was another update, and these are 3 more incidents of you seeing that the officers involved in Tyre Nichols case were already involved in other beatings and brutalities and false arrests. So as we mentioned here, all right, Uncensored Enlightenment Talkers, you know we be on point over here. This shit wasn't new. It was not new to him. So as we continue to get updates, we will continue to keep you updated. I want to say this was an amazing broadcast. I want to say thank you guys for having patience for me. It started off a little bit rocky. I wasn't ready. The button started by mistake. I couldn't lay my hair down. It's fuzzy. I got my Rihanna forehead on. Go, Riri. Go, Riri. Tell Trump to take a whole glass and shut the hell up. Love you guys, and you have a great night.
Answer. Because you are that, you are capable. You are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just